The number one thing that you can do in order to stop plaque buildup in your mouth and also on your teeth, ultimately preventing cavities, is going to be this information I'm about to share with you. How you can improve your oral hygiene and do it naturally. And this is going to be information you've never heard before. But before we get started, I'm Dr. Nick Zyrowski. And if you haven't done so yet, go over to Locals and join my health club. In Health Club, we talk about all the things that you need to know in order to arm yourself with the proper information to improve your health naturally. For instance, we are having conversations right now in Health Club on how you can use your genetic profile in order to shape your nutrition and prevent disease in the future. So what I'll do is I'll put a link in the description below so you can take control of your health naturally today. So let's go ahead and start this conversation off with plaque, because plaque is where it all starts. And mind you, I care about my oral hygiene and I have 5 kids, so we also put a big emphasis on making sure that they're avoiding cavities so they're not like I was when I was little, constantly getting cavities filled and of course going towards, these dentists that were using fluoride and mercury fillings and just destroying my overall bodily health. We want to make sure that you have the information to avoid all of that. But it all starts with making sure that you're avoiding the plaque buildup. Now, what plaque is essentially in your mouth is it's going to be some starchy foods. It's going to be some saliva mixed in with bacteria, okay? And when that all mixes together, what it starts to do is form tartar. So the reason that this is bad is because this tartar in this plaque buildup ultimately is going to put off a very acidic environment in your mouth. And that acidity is going to damage your tooth enamel. And of course, once the tooth enamel is destroyed, then come the cavities, okay? So you get cavities followed up by gingivitis, inflammation, and if this isn't addressed in time, it ultimately will lead to periodontitis. And now a few words from our sponsor, Herbally. Are you looking to boost your metabolism, manage your blood sugar, sleep better, or just experience overall better health? My guess is that you answered yes to all of those, because who doesn't? Well, you're going to want to check out my new favorite health hack. It's Herbally's Wellness Functional Tea. It promotes relaxation while boosting your immune health and your metabolism. It's loaded with antioxidants and nutrients to support your digestive health and your blood sugar levels. So what's in Herbally's Wellness Tea? Powerful herbs like ginger, sencha, fennel, turmeric, lavender, and even dandelion root. Plus, I love that it's USDA organic, GMO-free, vegan, and gluten-free, making it a no-brainer to add to your healthy lifestyle. I scored you a discount. You guys can save 10% on this. Use code Dr. Nick and save 10% off your next order. So grab your Herbally Wellness Tea and uplevel your health. Your link is in the description below to save 10% using code Dr. Nick on your next purchase of Herbally Tea. Now, if you look at all these issues we talked about right here, they're the majority of what people face today when it comes to poor oral health. So we want to make sure that we're doing everything we can to start stepping this back. Now, when we look at this issue, the very obvious thing that you can do is you can start brushing your teeth and you can start flossing, okay? But you didn't come here for me to tell you that. That's things that your mother taught you. But what you can do is some out-of-the-box ways of improving your oral health that nobody's ever talked about. First of all, we want to look at foods, and sugar and the starchy carbohydrates are going to be the biggest contributors to the plaque formation, which we said is kind of the root cause of all of this, right? So if we want to stop the plaque formation, we're going to start shutting down the sugar consumption and also the starchy carbs. Now, we want to follow that up with gum, okay? But not any gum. We want to have a chewing gum that's sweetened with xylitol. What's really interesting about xylitol is xylitol will help lower the acidity in the mouth, which is going to help reduce the possibility of getting that enamel damage. And then the other thing that it's going to do is it's going to help create an environment that doesn't allow for bad bacteria, which creates cavities like strep mutans in the teeth. It's going to create an environment that doesn't allow for that bacteria to exist. So a xylitol sweetened gum is very beneficial at improving your overall oral health. You can chew that throughout the day. A lot of times after a meal, or if I was to have something sweet, I would actually chew some xylitol gum in order to help improve my overall dental health. Now from there, baking soda, and baking soda is really, really helpful and interesting all at the same time. One, we know that baking soda will help whiten our teeth, and this is why baking soda is in so many of the different toothpaste brands out there. So baking soda is going to help whiten our teeth. It's going to help lower the acidity in the mouth. And remember, that high acidity environment is what creates an environment where plaque and bad bacteria that is cavity causing and also creating inflammation in our gums can exist. And so if we use baking soda to lower the acidity, that's really good. Now, the other reason that baking soda is good is because it's abrasive and it'll help get some of the plaque and tartar off of our teeth. Now, we have to realize though that because baking soda is abrasive, too much can be a bad thing and actually damage tooth enamel. So we want to be light with the use of baking soda. However, we can brush with it every now and again in order to actually improve our dental health. Now, this is the one thing I can guarantee you nobody's ever talked to you about. And this is using bacteria in order to start fighting cavities and also fighting plaque and all the bad things in your mouth. Now, just like you take a probiotic for your gut health, we're going to use that same concept, but for your oral health. We take a probiotic for our gut health in order to basically improve every aspect of digestion and overall intestinal health. Now, when we take a probiotic for our oral health, essentially what it's going to help do is block the plaque formation. It is going to lower the acidity in our mouth, which creates a better and healthy environment that is not destructive. And then the other thing it'll help do is lower inflammation. Now, this Bifidobacterium lactis is the particular strain that has been identified in order to fight strep mutans, which is the bacteria that causes cavities. And it also is the strain that has been shown to lower inflammation, lower the acidity, and also decrease the development of plaque buildup in our mouth. So it's Bifidobacterium lactis. I'll put a link in the description below to a resource for this particular strain. Typically, you're going to find this in chewable tablets. It's literally something that I use for my kids and for myself in order to actually create a good, healthy environment in our mouth so that we can avoid cavities and all the other issues that come along with it. So these are the tools that I utilize in my own home in order to improve my family's oral hygiene, and it'll certainly work for you too. I'm Dr. Nick Zyrowski. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend, and I look forward to seeing you in this video next.